Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just wanted to put out a video real quick to get everyone's opinion specifically for goalies for this next Game Changer event. We'll be heading back to Vancouver in a week for Game Changer event number 2. Now, I want this to be fresh discussion rather than covering some of the same old stuff we've been saying for the last year. Now, just a quick disclaimer. Just because these topics have been discussed does not mean EA has any intention of putting it in the game. These are just things I've collected on my own and from the community and presented to them. None of this stuff is confirmed by any means. So the things that we've already covered in depth, beaten to death, and presented at the first meeting are trying to get rid of that invisible wall, improving post-hugging mechanics and post-hugging animations, cover-ups and auto cover-ups, goalie-specific delay in the animations, the reverse VH, backwards movement, of which I suggested the crouch stance and double C cut as a solution. I hope you guys like that. I know I keep pushing it, but I do like that idea. Decrease the friction on desperation saves. So like in the spread eagle, you would slide backwards towards the posts like you would in real life. And of course, just decreasing the friction in general on the dives and slides and everything like that. Butterfly sitters being nerfed. And plus there's a bunch of other minor concerns like rebound, self-screening on the immersive cameras, etc., etc. This is all stuff we've covered in the first video and the first event and the first forum post. So I don't want to talk about any of those. Now, I also have put together a video of a bunch of different glitches, like the one where you get stuck in the middle of the net while hugging the post, coming off the post in the wrong direction while in the VH and not in precision movement, the goalie moving in the opposite direction of the input, and that's mostly on rebounds, and the spin/flail save, the one where you kind of flail around backwards. It kind of goes the wrong way, and most of the time you end up knocking it in your own net. I put together a video of that and showed it to them. You can check out that video. It's unlisted, but I'll still post a link or an annotation to it so you guys can see it. So let's get into our topics for discussion. So anything you feel needs to be covered. I would love to hear a variety of opinions, but just try and make sure that we haven't talked about it. But of course, I don't expect you guys to know everything. So here are some guidelines. Expectations versus reality. So the example I like to use for this is you will hug the post and the skater goes short side. So you're technically covering that post. The puck finds a hole in your 5-hole and goes in. Now you made the correct inputs to make the save. Should this still go in despite there being, the 5-hole, technically there is a tiny gap there and it went in. In reality, the puck will go in wherever there's space, but in a video game, should it go in if we have most of the position covered? So like in video games, we expect our inputs to produce results if they are correct. Now, EA goals, or, I put that in quotation marks because I don't like to call them that, but are goals that go in that are out of our control and a result of the game doing something to our goalie that we didn't want it to do. And I think those are frustrating, and I think it kind of goes with this discussion on expectations versus reality. I'm also interested to hear a skater's opinion on this too. So if we hug the post and you shoot short side and it goes in, you're happy you scored, but you really think that should go in? Were you really truly trying to aim for our 5-hole while we were in the butterfly on the post? I'd just be curious to hear your thoughts on that. The next thing is post-patch gameplay. Have you guys noticed an improvement in the goalie gameplay in the post-patch? Was there a connection improvement? Have you noticed anything different with the connection and the control responsiveness, etc., like that? Are less passes really going in? And I'm talking about human-controlled goalies here. You can feel free to talk about AI goalies as well, but are you truly seeing less passes going? Have you noticed you can chain more saves together in a row? So like multiple rebounds and anything else that had to do with the patch, have you noticed a difference? The next thing I want to talk about is animation cancellation. So that is, let's say we're sliding to the left in a butterfly slide. Should we be able to hit right and have our goalie immediately stop and start moving right? Or do you think we should continue that animation because that was our original input and we guessed wrong to begin with? How much control should we have over canceling our animations, if any at all? Right now, it's the desperation saves that cancel most of our animations. Do you think that's good enough, or do you think there should be more? And will full control, if it happens, be too unrealistic or unfair? The next discussion point is camera relative controls. This has been discussed, but I want to take it a little further. Goalie controls are camera relative no matter what angle is used. So even if you're on overhead, or high or low, it doesn't matter. They're all camera relative. This means that the puck is in the corner and you're in one of the immersive camera angles. So you're in close, the camera's rotated, and you hit left, your goalie will move to the top left corner of the crease. So if you want to move straight left, you got to hit down to the left. Should this be changed? I know we've talked about it before, but I've heard some people say no, they want to keep it because that's the way it's always been. And I'm open to more opinions on this. I've always thought it should be, not camera relative. I think we should just have, left should be left in the way we think it's going to work, especially now with the desperation saves and the right stick saves. If you go paddle down on the post with the puck in the corner, you will shoot off the post when the puck comes out front without changing direction on the right stick. The next topic is goalie controls. Should we change pass to R1 or right bumper or a different button? Because the thing here is holding the post or butterfly is the right trigger, and so is pass. And sometimes you accidentally pass the puck out without meaning to. Now, I've kind of learned just to deal with this by just holding the pass button, even, once the puck's covered, even though it's kind of unnatural. This would help newer goalies for sure. The next control. Does anyone actually use the T-push, at all? I know I don't, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. And are you guys happy with the current control scheme otherwise? And lastly, if you're too deep in your net, should your goalie catch it behind the goal line, and should it be a goal? So, that happens now. You see it. If you're too deep in your net, you are going to give up a goal by catching it in that. Should that happen, or should we allow it to be a save and not count? The goalie just won't put it across the goal line. Let me know your opinions. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm going to post this all over social media and in threads and everything like that. There'll be a transcript. So check those out. Post wherever you feel like. I'll be checking all of the mediums. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.